All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to yoga mat class. We're going to start lying down. So if you'd like to roll up a blanket or a towel and have that underneath your knees to help support the low back, do that. If you prefer to lie with your knees bent and feet standing, go ahead and do that too. All right. So coming into your comfortable starting position and allow the arms to rotate so that the palms are more open to the sky. And you feel your shoulders rolling back and down. And with your next breath in, enjoy the sensation of the body filling with energy. And as you exhale, soften and release downward into your mat. You might imagine the vastness of the earth just below and the earth's energy rising up through your body as you soften and release into the hands of the earth. And take another breath or two, sensing the cool air coming in through the nostrils. Again, the body expanding, lengthening, and bulging with each new breath, softening and releasing from the inside out through your exhale. And then go ahead and bend your knees and stand your feet. Hug your right leg in towards your belly. Release with a gentle drop. Slide the foot out and arc the leg to the sky. Pausing at the top with the sole of the foot open to the sky. And then hugging the leg in. 2 pulses in. And then again, that gentle drop, slide, massaging the foot along your mat. Rising up to the sky with a pause at the top. Spreading open between the toes, and then drawing the leg in. 3 pulses or 3 rocks. 2, 3, and then a drop, slide, arc to the sky, and flex and extend at the ankle. Nice and easy. Think of it as a heel head bob. And hug the leg back in, and on your next exhale, either stay here or rounding up in the direction of your leg. And easily lengthen back down. Gentle drop to stand the foot. Open the legs a little bit, not a little bit further apart, and let the legs fall to your left. Allow the head to gently roll toward the right. Through an exhale, returning through center, and let the legs fall to the right and the head gently roll to the left. And returning through center, walking the legs back in. Hug the right leg in. Sorry, your left leg in. And gentle drop. Slide, arc to the sky. Sole of the foot opening to the sky, spreading the toes. And hug the leg back in for 2 pulses. 1, 2, gentle drop, slide. Feel the back of the pelvis breathing down into your mat. The foot opening to the sky. And hugging it in. 3 pulsing rocks. 3, 2, 1. Gentle drop. Slide open to the sky. And then flex and extend around the ankle. Think more about the heel doing a head bob and just coming along for the ride. Hugging that left leg in on your next exhale, rounding up or staying where you were. And then lengthen through the torso, a gentle drop. Hug the right leg in again and lengthen the left. Easy flexion at the left ankle. And with an exhale, switching legs. And hugging both knees in on your exhale, rounding up in the direction of your legs. And then lengthen the torso from the back of the head to the back of the sacrum. And we'll take the legs over to your left and the arms out in a letter T. And just pausing here for a moment, allowing yourself to settle through this posture into your mat. Really sensing the left side of your body, connecting down with the mat. And then closing and opening from the right upper body, right hand coming all the way over to the left, and then the arm opening again. Tiny pause before you close again. And following the sensations of closing and opening along the front and back of the torso. And the next time you open, go ahead and pause there. And soften your arms as you roll onto your back, hugging the legs in. Take a moment in stillness so you can reset from that spiral. And then standing key pose, if you like, right ankle across the left, and thinking about the energy through your right arm to your hand to your leg, or coming into a hugging key pose where you're still going to try and relax through the arms as you hug your left leg in and guide the right leg open. Maybe sense your breath moving all the way down into the pelvis, around the hip sockets. And then gently release your left leg, come into cobbler's pose. If you have blankets or blocks and you like to put them underneath your outer thighs to help with that release through the legs into their falling out rotation, feel free to grab those and place them under. And then bringing your hands up like a steeple above your chest. Breathe down into the back of the shoulders. And I'd like you to keep your elbows long and the heel of your hands and your pads of your fingers connected. We're going to trace along the top 1/3 of a rainbow. And so as we trace it, the arms come in the direction of our face, but they don't need to get there. And then smoothly, slowly you return and trace down in the direction of the belly. And continue to move along that pathway, small curved pathway, at this moderately slow pace. Again, keeping the hands glued together, elbows lengthen, and then noticing the small movements, back of the shoulders, shoulder blades. You might notice movement down and around the ribs. See if you can swallow with ease. And then wherever you are, just letting the arms come down, relax out from your sides, palms to the sky, and walk the legs up to standing. Take your time. And then out to the outer edges of your mat and let the legs fall in toward each other. And take a moment or two here, tuning into your breath, all those places that you connect physically with your mat. And then walk your legs back up to standing and hug those legs back into your belly. I'm going to scoot over. So my wall is in the way. And we'll take our legs over to the right, arms opening up into a T once again, and pausing here, allowing once more your right side body to nestle down into the mat, closing and opening from the left over to the right. Allow your head to roll with you. You can follow your hand and arm. The head comes off when you roll to the right. It'll roll back down when you come to your left. And the next time you open, go ahead and pause there. And soften through the arms as you come over onto your back once again for key pose on your second side, and either standing key pose. Again, easy down through the shoulder, arm, hand through to the leg. It's almost like a hand mudra, right? We're keeping that energy looping via the connection of hand to the leg, or coming in hugging. And you could play around with your hand hold as you draw the right thigh in and guide the left open. And maybe have a smile from the inside of the mouth going from one cheek to the other. And smile across the eyes. And gently release your right leg so you can come down into cobblers. And once again, bring the your steeple shape over your chest. Elbows lengthen, hands completely glued together, the heel, the hands, the pads. And this time, instead of going in the arch from head to belly, we're going to go from side to side. Doesn't matter which side you start. But actually, let's start together with going over to your left so that you feel the right shoulder peeling away and more weight on the left shoulder. And then you come back through center and then a small arc over to the right as the left shoulder peels. And that's as far as we're going. Again, so we can keep the arms long. You just go until you feel the weight on the back of the shoulder blade and shoulder, and then go travel across center over to the other side. And your head is traveling with you. Legs are relaxed, belly's relaxed. And then coming back through center, release the arms down. And slowly walk your legs up to standing out to the outer edge of the mat. And let the legs fall in. On your next breath in, the arms rise to the sky. Upper arms crisscross over each other and drape over the upper torso. And with your next breath in, taking an imaginary sweatshirt up over your face, and then the arms spread out like angel wings. And come back to either a wide low V or a letter T. And one more time. Breath in as the arms rise to the sky. Opposite arm crisscrosses on top. So you drape the arms over the upper torso, fingers dangle to the earth. And with your next breath in, taking the imaginary sweatshirt off over your face, and arms spreading like wings, and returning to your T or V. And gently open up the legs, walk them back in, and hug your right leg in towards your belly. Lengthen your left a little bit. And as you take your right leg over for a spiral rotation, you can allow your right foot to rest on your left leg. You can let the right foot rest on the floor, and the arms opening into your T once again, or a wide, low V. Through your exhale, see if you can soften down, melting toward the earth, releasing through the inner thighs. And then soften your arms as you roll onto your back. Hug the right leg in. Keep the left long. And pause here in stillness, just again to reset the upper body from the spiral. And then let the right foot come down. Hug your left leg in. You can lengthen your right leg a little bit until you decide if you're going to pause with your left foot on your right leg, left foot on the floor, and palms to the sky. And soften through the arms as you roll onto your back, hugging the left leg in. Lengthen your right. Take that moment in stillness, sensing the breath rising and falling through the body, moving up and down, expanding to the sides. And then hug both legs in. Arms and legs to the sky, circle around the ankles and the wrist. Reverse direction. And as you hug those legs back in, you can roll to one side and really try to you'll have to adjust your bottom arm. You'll have to rotate to bring the palm down so you can push yourself up and then scoot around to your front. And we'll begin with windshield wipers, 3 windshield wipers from the right, left, right, left, right, and then around to mermaid spiral. So you're going to walk around to the right and either stay up nice and tall, or you can bring the forearms down to your mat. And you can also walk your left forearm away. So you can either keep both forearms and elbows down or walk the left arm away. So another opportunity for rotation through the body. And see if you can breathe down once again into the pelvis, down through the hip sockets, and then walking your hands back in towards your body. Return to the front and crossing your left leg in front. You can always choose a different place for the legs. And then coming up and over to your right. So make sure you are in a comfortable position for yourself. Breathing across the ribs, little opening at the heart, and a diagonal forward folds. Coming over the right leg, adjusting both arms so they're like a gate on either side. Coming around to your front for a forward fold. Rising up, returning up to the sky and around to your right. Looking beyond the right shoulder. And the head and eyes look toward the front and tilt your left ear over your left shoulder. Dip the chin to the chest and allow the head to keep rolling so you're looking past your right shoulder once again. Coming around for a hug with the right arm on top, a half forward fold. So staying above the thighs and then rising, blossoming open. And shrug the shoulders once up toward the ears and smoothly down. 3 windshield wipers, left, right, left. Mermaid spiral as we walk around. Again, either staying up tall, coming down on both forearms, or walking your right arm away, lengthening out. Breathing down through the pelvis to the legs. Breath easily moving through the ribs. And then walking your hands back first towards your hips and then coming around to the front. Right leg in front if you're crossing your legs, coming up and over to your left. Let the shoulders melt down away from your ears. And a diagonal forward fold over the left leg, adjust the left arm so you feel even on both sides. And breathe all the way down to the sits bones. Coming around to the front for your forward fold. And rising up, keep rising to the sky, and then around to the left, taking your focus easily beyond your left shoulder, or maybe your eyes are closed for a moment. And then head and eyes look toward the front, right ear over right shoulder. And dip the chin to the chest and allow the head to keep rolling so you're looking beyond your left shoulder again. And left arm comes around for the hug and that half forward fold so you're hovering above the thighs. And rising up, reaching out, spreading, and shoulders up, slowly down, and return to your heart. And pause here for a breath. We'll come to all fours for cat and cow. And you can be up long on your arms, hands in a fist, or if you like to be down on your forearms. As you move into your through your cat and your cow, you can think of smiles moving in both directions and keeping it smooth and easy. And feeling the different shapes of the smile lengthening, rounding. And then the next time you come into cat, pause there and lengthen into your neutral spine. And drawing the right leg out to the side and right arm up to the sky. Pointer finger to thumb and circle back and around. We'll do 3 full circles. Maybe your fingertips graze along your mat. Maybe not. Everyone's arm length is different. And let your head and eyes follow. Even if you lose sight of your arm, you act as if you are still tracking it. And then pausing at the top and take your focus in that direction. Release the hands down to the earth. You stay where you are. I need to scoot forward so that you can draw a big arc around to your left and either slide the top of the foot or tuck the toes under and press back. And then you look around your left arm. From here, coming back to all fours and into child's pose. You can decide how far apart you'd like your knees. You want your arms by your ears, arms down by your feet or by your thighs. And rising back up to all fours. Take the left leg out to the left side. Sense of spreading across your foot. Left arm, pointer finger to thumb. And then tracing back and around. Nice smooth circle, relaxing where you can when the arm comes down. That sense of opening at the back of the shoulder and shoulder blade. And next time you rise to the top, go ahead and pause there and then release the hand down and tracing an arc with your left leg all the way over to the right. Again, either the top of the toes slide or you tuck them under and press the heel back, and the upper body wraps around the right arm to look toward that foot. Sense of the connection of the upper inner thighs, like they're coming in for a hug. And returning to all fours one more time into child's pose of your choice. Maybe you want to lengthen the arms or relax the elbows. Rising up, cat and cow, or if you prefer, downward facing dog. From where you are, begin to walk your way in towards your hands, and then rising up toward the sky and coming in to the heart. Take a pause here. And releasing, not bending over too far, just below around your knees, gathering the energy up, pouring it over your head, pressing the energy forward, circling the energy back and around with the elbows, and then swooping forward and around, rising up, thumbs up, as if the thumbs were coming back towards your shoulders. And spread the fingers wide as we now open through the heart. Soften through the arms and the legs, rising to the sky and over to your right. Think about keeping the heart open to the sky and blossom open. We're going to repeat all of that again. Gather from the earth, pour the energy over the body, draw it forward, and then draw it back and around. Swoop it forward and around, and pausing, thumbs up. Release through the fingers and open wide through that heart. Soften through the arms. Now the palms are open and over to your left. And release, coming into mountain pose, chair pose. And just check for your alignment that you're not lifting your chin up to look forward, that there's that natural curve at the back of your neck. Another pause. And release into a half forward fold. And then drawing yourself halfway up. Fingers connected to the shins. It's a mudra. When the hands are connected to another place, usually it's fingers to fingers, but I think of it here at the legs. So the energy that's rising up from the earth is just cycling through the body. Or you can have your hands up high on your thigh, which brings the torso up higher. So you can start to lift up through those sits bones. Moving into warrior two, bend through the legs, draw your right leg back, rotate the leg 90 degrees, and press down to rise. We'll pause here for a few breaths. That sense of the breath moving through the sides of the body, across the pelvis, spiraling down the legs. Crown of the head open to the sky. And rotate the arms, palms to the sky. Reverse warrior. Coming up, back and over. And you can imagine the earth's energy rising up through your feet, through both arms and hands, and then that energy leaping either from the top arm down to the bottom or the energy leaping up from the bottom hand to the top. We're going to return to goalpost arms and look towards your back arm. Rising to the sky in a wide V, the arms circle down in front, returning warrior two. Pivot on the ball of your back foot. You're going to come down to low warrior. If you like to have a blanket for underneath your knee, place a blanket underneath there, and then rising up. That sense of breath and energy coming up through the leg, rising through the torso. That energy comes back down and moves over that standing leg. And then the right arm crosses the left, and we rotate a little bit to look toward our right. I think I said that completely backwards, but I'm not sure. It's actually your right arm that crosses, and we are looking to our left. And releasing down, coming onto all fours for cat and cow. And again, if you'd like to move into downward facing dog, that is an option. From where you are, travel your way into the front of your mat, unfurl your way up, rising to the sky and coming into the heart. Chair pose. Your bent forward fold, and then inhale, coming your halfway up. Again, finding that connection of fingers to the shins, hands to your thighs, and rising up a little more through the heart the higher your hands are. Warrior two, bending through the legs, left leg back behind, rotate it 90 degrees, rising. Warrior two. Maybe feel the sense the air and the space between your fingers and under your palms, a space around your toes and under your arches, and a slight smile on your face. And rotating the arms, palms to the sky, reverse warrior. Just reaching into this open space. The front thigh still lengthens toward the knee, knee over the center of the ankle. Rising up, goalpost arms and looking toward our back arm. Rising victoriously to the sky, circle down and around warrior two. And pivot on the ball of your back foot. Low warrior. Again, if you like that towel or low blanket underneath you. And rising up. And the left arm crossing over toward the right leg. Be careful your leg doesn't roll out or roll inward. Standing firm and true on that side. And returning to center or neutral, and then release down, child's pose. And drawing the leg back. If you like to have more release around the shoulders, roll your arms down by your legs. Otherwise, finding where your arms want to be at this moment. And cat and cow, or downward facing dog, or a little bit of both. And walking your way in toward the front of your mat. And then unfurling your way up, rising, rising, rising to the sky, and returning home to your heart. And gathering the energy up, pouring it over your body, pressing, elbows, drawing it back, swooping the energy forward and around. Thumbs up, release, open, palms to the sky, over to your right. And then the palms tracing a half circle over to the left. Blossom open, soft bend to the knees, gathering the energy, pouring over. Breath, swoop. Pausing with the thumbs up, release and open. Soften, palms open to the sky to your left. And around to the right. Blossom open and into the heart. We're going to move into warrior one. From here, I'm just going to turn. I'm going to walk my left leg forward and my right leg back at about 45 to 65-degree angle, not 90 like warrior two. And so your toes are looking toward a corner and your hips are looking toward a corner. Draw the arms inside your leg and then rising up so your fingers are looking to that corner and up toward the sky. So the difference is that you're not rotating your body to face the front of your mat. You're facing a corner of your room. That's really important for the safety of your low back and your knees. Fingertips to your shoulders. Draw the elbows in and take a slow yes nod and then open. And again, elbows, arms, a yes nod, open. And you can always stay open if you like. Go at your own pace, maybe do one. Yes nod, open, and then up toward the sky. Pausing in your warrior one, feeling energy moving from the fingertips down the body through the feet and coming into the heart. We're going to return to low warrior. So pivot on the bottom, the ball of your back foot. Release the leg down and rising up. Right arm crosses over once again. And you can circle your back, your top arm down as if it's facing the back of your mat on a low angle. So both arms on a low, wide V. And return into the heart. And release your hands to the earth. Tuck your toes. We're going to walk our way back up. All the way back up, pausing at high mountain pose. It's feeling the full length of our being from earth to sky. As we go into a forward fold, feel free to bend your legs, keep your legs long. As you arrive at the bottom, bend through the legs, unfurl your way back up and into your heart. And warrior one on our second side. So I'm going to walk my right leg forward, my left leg back a little bit. And again, that 45 to 65-degree angle of the back leg, toes looking out on a diagonal, hips looking out on a diagonal, my arms coming from the inside of my front leg to rise up. Warrior one. Fingertips to the shoulders and arms and gentle yes. We have two more of these. You decide how many you do if you stay in one place. Last one. And then rising to the sky. And as your hands come into your heart, we'll pivot again on the ball of the back foot. Release your leg. Have that blanket if you like. Rising up into low warrior. The left arm coming across to the right. And then right arm coming down into a low V. Returning to your heart. Release the hands down, tuck the toes under, walk your way back in, and rising up. Let your fingertips dive down, and then reverse that pathway and blossom open into mountain pose. Open nice and wide. We're going to do 3 goddess pull downs with strength. You'll have that forced breath out. Taking a breath in, pull down with strength. One more. Rising, returning to your heart and walking the legs parallel. Rotate your left leg out, returning warrior two, and clasp your hands behind, drawing your hands back and down. Opening across the chest, the heart, as the shoulder blades fold in toward the spine. A little lift of, little opening at the throat. Careful you're not dropping your head back. Another breath. And then release the arms. Let the arms keep going and rotate back to that wide stance so you can now shift the right leg to bring yourself into warrior two. And as you clasp your hands, opposite thumb on top from your hand hold before, draw down slightly away from the body. Think about the heel of the hands coming toward each other. So you're making a little basket. Maybe carry a beautiful flower or a little photo in that basket as your heart opens out to the world. And then release, let the arms keep going, rising up, pivot around, hands to your heart, and bend through the legs as your hands come to your thighs. Walk your way back in, rising up one last time to gather from the earth. Once, up and over, pressing, circling back, forward and around. Thumbs up. Release. Heart open. Soften. Rising up over to your right. And then a step circle around to the left. through center, open out wide into the heart, pausing for a breath. Return to the sky, forward fold of your choice, legs long, legs bent. And as you arrive, go ahead and bend through the legs. Release yourself all the way down onto your back, knees bent, feet standing. And hugging the right leg in. We'll go finish with a big spiral to the left. Again, feel free to rest your right foot on your left leg. Arms open to a T or a little bit lower. Palms to the sky. And soften the arms as you come onto your back, hugging the right leg in, lengthen the left. Moment of stillness. And then switch sides. Hug your left leg in and over to your right, whether you rest your left foot on your right leg or on the mat. Allowing yourself to let go and settle down into the mat. And soften your arms in as you come onto your back, lengthen the right leg. And then hugging both legs in. I take a little rock from side to side. And taking the arms and legs up to the sky. Shake them out. Shake, 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 shake. Encouraging the blood to come down and nourish along the lymph node channels into the hip and pelvic region, abdominal area, chest, shoulders, neck, and throat. And then release, let it drop and slide out into your place of rest. Legs get to just naturally roll out. Arms resting with the palms rotated toward the sky. And return to your breath. Enjoying the cool air coming in, nourishing and filling the body. And you just letting go through the exhale. Letting go, letting go, and letting go. And then bend your knees to stand your feet. Roll on to your favorite preferred side. And take a moment here and adjust your arms as needed so you can use both arms to guide yourself up into any comfortable seated position. Finishing with either the palms open toward the sky or palms down toward the earth. And hands reach down to the earth. Continue to rise to the sky and return home to your hearts. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you for sharing and practice this day.